everyone, welcome back to The Rich Nonprofit. I did not watch the Oscars, but I do love to look at what everyone wore the next day. So I'm scrolling through and I saw this article and there was an acceptance speech that stopped me. So this gentleman won for his documentary and he said, "You lose your country through countless small acts of complicity when we don't say anything." And after I read that, I had to pause. Because to me, he wasn't talking about the big protests. He was talking about the small daily choice to stay quiet, to scroll past, to feel the thing in your gut and then go right back to your pretty life and your to-do list. And I thought about the women that I work with, successful and smart women. And these women have built incredible businesses and they have audiences, influence, resources. And I know that they are watching the news and feeling the pit in their stomachs as well. Seeing the headlines about education cuts and healthcare funding and communities just going to hell in a handbasket and think I should do something about this. And then go back to launching, signing clients, creating content, because that's the lane that they've always been in. I mean, that's what they've been rewarded for. And I am not judging. I want to be clear here. There is nothing wrong with this. I'm a business strategist, right? I love business. I love watching women build wealth, make money, create impact, all of it. But a lot of you, I know, because you've told me, are sitting in this tension right now. You care deeply about what's happening in the world. And you've put that caring sort of in a separate box from your brand. Impact lives over here. Business lives over here. And that separation, I just feel that is the issue here. Because when you think that impact means starting a whole new thing or a nonprofit, which I want everyone to do not get me wrong. But for some people, this can be big and intimidating on top of everything you are currently managing in this season of your life. So when that is the case, you may donate, you may attend a gala, but you're donating to someone else's cause. And maybe you're even posting about it because, it feels good for a minute, but it's not yours. It doesn't match the level of intention that you bring to everything else in your life and your brand. So the idea just sits there, right? This impact, it just kind of sits there. And another year goes by. And then this gap between who you are and who you want to be as a cause-driven woman and business owner gets wider. And so that's what I'm here to challenge today, because I know that your brand can do so much more than sell. And you don't have to start a nonprofit today to prove that. So I want to talk about what this can look like right now with what you already have. It could be a scholarship funded by your business with your brand's name on it. You could pick a local school or a trade program, maybe your alma mater, and decide on an amount. It doesn't have to be a big amount. You could start at $500 and then you could fund it every year and increase as your business grows. And then you are helping kids, right? Be able to go to college, buy books, because we know college is expensive. So we see these high-achieving kids who want to go on to higher education and they need some help. So what a great way to do that, through a scholarship. Your audience is going to see it. Your community is going to see it. If you have kids, they see it. And suddenly, your brand stands for more than just your offers. You could also incorporate a giving program. Build it into your offers. A percentage of each sale goes toward a specific cause. Now, this isn't just, I've seen this on a lot of websites. We donate a certain percentage, blah, 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 to blah, blah, blah. That's great. Okay. But what about if you were to incorporate that into a specific offer and you talked about it while you were talking about the offer of who you are helping? And this is how your business runs and you're branding it. And so every client who buys this offer from you knows that their purchase is creating a specific impact. And that changes how they feel about your brand, how you feel about your business, because you are taking that right next step toward impact. You could also do a community partnership. You find an organization locally that's doing work that you care about. And sure, maybe you've already donated to them, but what about co-branding an event? What about sponsoring a family through their program? You bring your audience along on the journey. You show up for your community, and your brand becomes known for this. Another thing you can do is hire with purpose. You need help in your business anyway, right? What if you hired women who are rebuilding, maybe a single mom, or a mom re-entering the workforce after she's been home with her kids? There are lots of women in the world who need extra support, and they need the opportunity. And so this hire could be about impact. And then the last one that I want to talk about here is mentoring the next generation, which I feel is so, oh my gosh, I love doing this. It brings so much to my life. You could mentor a girl 1 hour a month, a student. You show her what it's like when a woman builds a business, a brand, and uses it to lift others. This is going to have a ripple effect because you are showing her what is possible, which maybe she has not seen in her life. And as she moves out into the world, she can also create impact also. So these are just a few ideas, and none of these require a 501c3. It does not require you starting a nonprofit. You don't have to stop running your business, and it's not a perfect plan. It's just a decision. It's a decision to say, I want to stand for more than something than just my brand. I want to create impact in this world, and I want to do it through my brand. And how you do this, it just depends on where you are right now. Your life, your capacity, your brand, your audience. And it's not a one size fits all. It is which path fits you right now. And that's why when I'm working with women, as we put impact into their brand, I use my framework of my 4 Ps. We look at your purpose, your people, the promise you're making, and the platform where you want to reach these people. And so inside my brand impact strategy session, we map these in 90 minutes, get together, and you can then leave knowing what you're building and how and why it fits your brand and what you're going to do in the next 30 days to start creating that impact. I'm not here creating a vision board with you on Canva. No, we are talking about the 4 Ps. We are getting down into it, and we are going to start helping you create that impact very quickly. If you want to learn more about a brand impact strategy, check the link in the show notes. Now, going back to complicity, it's not just silence in the face of something terrible. It's also about having the resources to create change, and you're choosing that comfortable over being committed to impact. I know your brand can do more. I know that you are cause-driven, or you wouldn't be here listening to this. I want you to take your voice and do more than just market, because I know that your influence can help change lives. And the world needs you to start using your impact that way. I will see you next time on The Rich Nonprofit.